Tonight I'm just gonna do a soft-spoken, hopefully keep it soft-spoken. I tend to get louder as the video goes on, but just a soft-spoken video of some of my PlayStation 4 games that I currently have. I'm either borrowing these or I own them. So let me just move them actually. So in this collection I have right now, this isn't all of them, but I grabbed some of the fancier cases because they're fun to look at. And I'll just kind of tell you what I think about them and kind of what they're about. So, up first, I hope you can see this because I don't have it facing towards me, but it is Catherine Full Body. This is a reboot of the original game that was in like 2011, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it's like almost 10 years. And this game is basically about this character right here. His name is Vincent, and he is dating this woman here, Catherine, and then as the story progresses, he meets this Catherine. It's spelled with a different, I think it's with a C, and hers is with a K or something. And then in this one, they bring this new character in. I want to say her name's Catherine as well, but honestly, I don't remember. But this is the launch edition, and my brother got me this, and I absolutely fell in love with the case. The art on this is so beautiful. But so you play as Vincent, this guy, and it's like a puzzle game. So when you play the game, you like go through the story, and your decisions that you make throughout the game will change how your story ends. And there are different endings. Sorry if you can hear my dog moving in the back, but and he kind of has like commitment issues, and it's kind of a story that you put your own personal beliefs into, which is kind of interesting. But it is a puzzle game, and you kind of have to like move these blocks to try to like climb up them, and if you don't, you get like killed by the monster that's like trying to attack you, which happens at night when like you go to sleep. But it is rated M, so it's not really good for kids. It's really not good for kids at all. This is very graphic, I believe, but it's a good game. It's made by Atlas, who is just making some of the best games ever. Yeah, so that's Catherine. Up next, I have a game called Sleeping Dogs. This is actually also another older game that was on the PlayStation 3 as well. I can't remember when it was first made. 2014 it looks like, maybe? Anyway, this is kind of like, if you ever played like a GTA or a Grand Theft Auto game before, this is basically that, but in Hong Kong. And you play as Wei Shen, that's this guy here, and he was born in Hong Kong, I believe, moved to California or something, and then he became like a police officer, and he moves back to Hong Kong to like help with the triad situation that's going on in the game. which is like the Chinese mafia, I believe. And Square Enix makes it, and they always make really good games, right? Yeah, and the story's really good. It's really fun to drive around. And it's actually kind of a short game, but it's definitely worth the price because it's pretty cheap. It's like only like 15-20 bucks maybe. But if graphics are like a big deal, they're not like that great compared to like what is, you know, what's normal now. But yeah, it's like a really good kind of a shorter game. I'd say it takes like maybe 20 hours to beat it. I guess that's kind of normal. But yeah, that's if you don't complete it all the way, and that's also rated M. I'll do these in a little bit, but this was a very diverse, not diverse, but either you hated it or loved it game. This is The Last of Us 2. I know you can't really tell by the cover. I switched the backing. Kind of feels like it's like water damage. I'm personally one who really liked the game. Sorry. It's very, I don't know. I don't want to say controversial, but like, for some reason, a lot of people had a big issues with the game. Some of them I understand, like gameplay, it's kind of basically the same thing as the last one, but if you were to play this, I think you would definitely have to play the first one, just to kind of get the story, which honestly you should play the first anyway. It's like one of the best games ever. And you play as Ellie, and takes place in a world where people have become infected with like these spores, and these spores like turn you into these weird monsters that can attack you, and they turn you into whatever they are. And it's like a stealth kind of game. You can play stealthy or you don't have to, but I would recommend playing the first, and then maybe this one if you liked it. But it's up to you. But I really liked the game. I thought it was good. It's actually kind of long, so I found myself being like, is it done yet? But I mean, you know, I guess that's not a big issue. It's kind of, these are expensive games. But yeah, this is The Last of Us 2. Also rated M. Which means mature, if you don't know. I'll do these next. So during the summer, I really got into these games called the Yakuza. And they've been around for a very long time. Like since PlayStation 2 days. And I do have like a foggy memory of playing the first one on the PlayStation 2. But not really beating it because I was a kid back then and didn't really understand games. But yeah. The first one I played was Yakuza 0, which I don't have a physical form of. I just have a digital copy, but this is the first Yakuza, and they call these ones Kiwami, which just means extreme in Japanese. Sorry, there's something behind here. But he plays the main character here, Kiryu, And basically you just, they kind of have very similar gameplays. Well, of course they do, but you just like walk around the red district city, part of the city of Tokyo. and then I have this as well. This is the this has 3 through 5 in a collection edition. Yeah, he plays Kiryu, and he is, well, I don't want to spoil anything if you play it, but he's in the Yakuza. But and you just basically have mysteries basically to solve, and it's a beat 'em up, and you upgrade your abilities. But honestly, I think my favorite part of these games is like walking around the town and finding submissions and eating out and doing like mini games. I've learned how to play, like, as weird as this sounds, but I've learned how to play several card games just because of these games, because you play them in like a, God, what's it called, like a club, and you learn the rules of like these like old ancient like games. And like I've learned how to play roulette, darts. It's just kind of, anyway, it's just a side note, but yeah, they're definitely, I don't know if I can really recommend these to people, because they're kind of, I don't want to say weird, but like they definitely, you have to be open-minded when you play these, because some of the things in it are a little weird, but I love it. I think it's a very funny series, and I would recommend them, but just be aware that they're a little strange. I would recommend starting with Yakuza 0, which takes place in the 80s, and it kind of just sets you up for like what the two main characters, he's not even the main character, but the main character and like a popular character that is in the series. And then this is the last one they've made. They do have the 7th, but it's with a different, sorry, my like chin is really itchy. They did make a 7th, but it's like a different character, because this Kiryu is kind of old, and he's like, anyway, and it's a different game. It's not like a beat 'em up. I think it's kind of like an RPG, where you build a team and you take turns, turn-based style gaming. Couldn't remember that, but the 6 is really good. It's so beautiful. You like, it's like, it feels like you're there. Like it feels like you're in Tokyo, or in this one you can also go to Hiroshima. And it's just like, it's so beautiful. Yeah. You keep seeing this dragon. This is the tattoo on Kiryu's back. In Yakuza, they, at least old one, like back in the day, a lot of them would get full body tattoos, and this is Kiryu got that dragon. Yeah, really good games. They're all rated M for mature. I just realized I think all of these are gonna be M. Next I'll do my other Atlas game. I'm sorry if none of these are in focus or anything. I don't have my camera, I can't see my face or whatever. But this is Persona 5. This is honestly probably one of my favorite games of all time. This is also a turn-based game, or it is. I haven't had another one in here. And this is also by, Atlas, the people who made Catherine. Oh my god, think it's because of my hair here. Gosh. Well, anyway. You play as Joker. That's like his nickname in the team. I think his name is Akira. And, anyway. You, like, build this team up to, like, tackle or fight the bad guys. Well, I shouldn't do that. They actually are bad guys. And I think this, yeah. Actually, this place is great because it takes place in lots of different areas around Tokyo. It's a very long game, I will say that. But if you like turn-based games, like you kind of, I feel like you kind of have to play this game just because it's so well done. And then this is actually the old version. They've actually got a new import where they've added another, gosh, like a few new characters, and like they added some more stuff, and it's even better. The music in it is beautiful. It's so well done. Like 10 out of 10. Amazing game. The new one is called Persona 5 Royale. I would pick that one up. I have that one too, but this one, this has just got that fun case, so. She's my favorite character. That's Haru. She's so cute, I love her. They're all really great though. Yeah, that's Persona 5. I have 2 more games here. This is Red Dead Redemption 2. This game is really good. The story is brilliant. Like, if you're into story-driven games, definitely pick this up. There's so much I could say about this game. It's very long. I don't think I'll ever beat it. I mean, I've beaten like the main storyline, but there's so much you can do, and like it's so beautiful. I've always had a weird not connection, but I've always liked US history of this era. Like the westward expansion, like 1800s to like the late 1800s. I've always found it very interesting. So it's always fun to like kind of like live that. But I've had a few people who told me they think it's kind of boring and slow, but you know, if you like the story-driven games, like I said, I think you'd like this. You don't need to play the first at all. There are some things that, you know, make similarities, but you definitely don't need to play the first. But yeah, you play as Arthur here, and he is in a gang, and he kind of has to like, he like fights with his not morale, but like he fights with being a good guy or being a bad guy, and you can choose to be either one, and that's what makes it so fun. Like, you can like rob trains, you can like, I don't want to say kill people, but you can, obviously, and like there's bounties that you can get, there's fishing, just riding on your horse. Like, you don't even have to play the game, just like walking around and looking at the scenery is just, it's so peaceful. And like, I took so many photos playing this game, like, because they have like you can like pause the game and take like a screenshot basically. Yeah. And Rockstar made this game. Yeah, good game. Last I have is another metal case. But this is Resident Evil 3. Obviously, well, not obviously, but this is a remake of a very, very older game. Gosh, I don't even know when that came out. Maybe late 90s, I want to say. But this is Nemesis. He is like the main bad guy, main villain. And if you know nothing about Resident Evil, basically there's a company that like turns people and things into creatures like this basically, and people like Jill here try to stop them,